Alright, this one's gonna be for all the incels out there, because some of y'all just do not know how to read a woman's body language. I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to read a woman's body language. And now, it's not your fault that you don't know this. You might have not had many experiences with women. You may have grown up in an environment where you weren't around a lot of potential sexual partners. And that's why you need to understand this, because men's body language is very different than women's. You know, a man and a woman could have the same body language, but they mean two completely different things. For example, if a woman has her legs open, she's pretty much saying she likes you. She feels comfortable with you, at least. If a man has his legs open, he's just letting his balls air out. You know, he's probably not even, it's not even anything like that. Another thing is, if the woman has her feet pointed towards you and her body pointed towards you, like her chest, it also means that she likes you. So, why is this useful? It's useful for talking to new girls. It's useful for talking to new girls. For example, if you go and cold approach a chick and she has a positive tone, a submissive tone, and a smile on her face, and she's pointing her chest towards you and her shoes are pointed towards you, or her legs are opened up towards you, it's a pretty clear indicator. There's a pretty good chance that she would let you smash if you can be just a little smooth with it. So that's why you need to keep these in mind when you're talking to women. Her body language will pretty much let you know if she wants to smash or not. Body language, tone, you know, you gotta know how to read the situation that you're in. This is important because if you know how to read them and read their body language, you can stay out of trouble. You can get away with doing riskier things. For example, if you're hitting on a woman and you notice she has positive body language, that's the green light to keep pushing harder. If she's giving you negative body language, showing that she's uncomfortable, it's a clear indication to stop what you're doing. Now, some guys don't understand this, and that's why they end up getting in legal trouble or getting in some other type of trouble, or just not. They just end up turning her off. So it's very important that you read body language, because all women know how to do this very well, and men are not good at it whatsoever. Probably because a lot of dudes have never even tried. They never thought about it, and they just don't understand what to look out for. So watch till the end. I'm gonna give you a couple more tips, and make sure you use these when you're talking to them. If the girl is smiling, if her eyes widen up, and she just looks like she's enjoying the conversation, that's another green light to keep it pushing. Another thing is, if she engages in the conversation, this is a huge time. You never want to push being flirtatious with a girl who's trying to shut it down. So let's say you go through a drive-thru, you start hitting on the girl. If she's not in you, she's just going to try and get you out of there. If you stick around and keep trying to get her snap or her attention in any way, you're gonna look like a simp and you pretty much lost the game, bud. That's why it's very important that you know how to read body language so that you can make the right moves on the chessboard. And another huge tip is, if you look at their hands while you're talking to them, usually if they're comfortable with you, if they like you, if they let you smash, they're gonna have like open arms, much like their legs, their fingers are gonna be open. They're not gonna be all tight in. So if you're an anxious guy, you gotta make sure you get rid of your anxiety so that you don't make these girls anxious, because if you go up to them talking to them all anxious, you're gonna project that mood onto them and onto the conversation, and then the conversation is gonna be negative, and she's gonna remember it as being anxious, and she's not gonna like you, my boy. So you need to make sure you just come in to the conversation with a nonchalant, cool attitude, you know? Don't be all uptight, don't be too serious, because whatever your mood is, you're gonna project onto her. That's gonna be the mood. It's gonna set the mood for the conversation, and then for your whole relationship after that. That's why you want to start off being positive, happy. You know, if you got problems at home or problems with work, just forget about them in that moment. Okay, this is gonna be the last tip that I give you, because I'm gonna have to wrap this video up after this one. I like to make them about 10 minutes long. I don't have to edit much, but it makes the editing easy. What little editing I do have to do, you know, I just add in music, make a thumbnail, make a good title, and then sometimes I edit out little noises that were too loud for the video, you feel? Anyways, I probably won't edit out that cough. Anyways, the last tip I'm gonna give you guys is that if she starts fixing herself up, you know, if she starts playing with her hair, doing her makeup, checking her makeup, it means she probably likes you, G. So what you're gonna want to do in this situation, this is a huge telltale sign. This pretty much means she's down to smash. If a woman feels insecure around you, it pretty much means she thinks you're better than her, and that's what they're looking for. So that is a huge bonus tip. I'm gonna wrap things up. I would keep that last tip in mind over all the other ones, because it is the most important, especially if you're trying to get results. You know, I've gotten a lot of results just off that last tip. You can tell a lot. If a chick doesn't care what you think, then she doesn't like you, she doesn't think you're the shit, she doesn't think you're that guy. But if the girl cares what you think, and she's nervous around you, she's checking herself around you, she's making sure she looks good, she 100% likes you, cares what you think, and thinks you are that guy, she thinks you are an alpha male. So if that's you, pat yourself on the back and have a good day. And the eyes are a huge telltale sign. If you have a green light or red light, you know, you got to get good with eye contact, with making eye contact while you're talking, especially. You know, you don't have to stare at them like you're having a staring contest. You can look away every 15-30 seconds, but you can read their eyes. That's why it's important to look into people's eyes. You can read their eyes. You know, if you say something she doesn't like, her eyes are gonna open up, but it's gonna be like a look of shock. If it's good shock, you'll be able to tell it's good shock. If she's like disgusted, you'll be able to tell. So that's pretty much what this whole video is about. When you're talking to girls, especially new girls, you have to read their body language. So keep these tips in mind, and next time you talk to a chick, implement them, and let me know in the comments how it went. I'm gonna wrap this video up here, because it's getting kind of long. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, y'all.